Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here and welcome to another video. Today we ended up packing a very sick man of the match card from our draft pulls or our draft pack pulls hearsay. But we are going to answer some questions as I normally do from the YouTube comment section as well as the FIFA forums. So I'm actually going to bring up the FIFA forums as well. If you guys ever have any questions that you guys would like to ask for the YouTube videos, there's some questions that I don't answer in general because they've already been answered far too many times. So when people say that I missed their comments, sometimes I intentionally do it because it's already been answered too much and I don't want to bring the same type of content to people every single day. So we are going to start off with the YouTube comments here, which the first one is congrats on the 30K subs, Detroit. Thank you very much. And for everybody else who has said so on the Twitter, on Twitch and everything, thank you guys for the kind words. I do appreciate it. So on and so forth. We're going to keep going, guys. Hello, Manolas or Benassia regular cards. So if you're deciding between the regular cards of Manolas and Benassia, I would personally go with Manolas' card. Manolas actually has a fantastic center back card, and it's actually better than a lot of center backs in this game currently. The reason why he's overlooked for the most part is because of the lack of passing and shooting stats. But the shooting stats doesn't really matter too much on the center back, but the passing stats kind of do, because you do notice the difference between someone who has incredibly poor passing and someone who has decent passing, right? So like if you're ever using like a Jerome Boateng in your team and he's your center back, you notice that Jerome Boateng's passing is actually pretty solid in the game. So yeah, I would go with Manolas over Benassia if it was regular cards. Informs, however, there's a little bit of a debate there. If you get the inform Benassia with the medium high work rates instead of, because I think Manolas is low high work rates, with the medium high work rates on Benassia, excuse me, bless me. Yeah, I would go with the inform Benassias, but it has to be like, I think he has like 87s or something. I could be completely wrong. Are we gonna ignore Godin? What a solid defender. Godin is not necessarily that ideal to use. I'm gonna pull up his stats right now. So if I pull up Godin's player stats in general, right? And it sucks, right? Because Godin actually, there was one year in FIFA, I think it might have been 2 years ago or so, where he had like a team of the season card. I need to take off my sweater because, oh my god, it's so hot over here. I used Godin 1 year. I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was when there was like the chemistry gate thing where people can just use like 65 chem teams. And he was actually quite nice to use. Every time I got him as a center back, he always did work for me. He was such a fantastic card to use. He's probably going to get a team of the season again. I don't really know what their situation is with defenders because they don't really get informs, but I know that it's not just informs how they get the cards. But Godin's card, the reason why it's not very good is because of the 65 pace, and that's pretty much it. Because the reason why his physical is 78 is because he has 67 stamina. But if you're a center back, that is kind of noticeable at times because your center backs push up for the corners and the set pieces in general, right? So when you take a low corner or like a close corner, right? So you're not even taking the corner, you're just doing a close pass from the corner. Those center backs usually have to run back in place, right? So when you do that, they waste energy while doing that. So stamina is only important in that general area. But is he a good center back? Yeah, he would be okay to use, but the 65 pace is far too low to use against some of the teams that some people have. The reason why he's 47K right now is not necessarily because of player value. It's more because, well, I guess it is player value, but I'm saying like player in-game value. It's more because 88 rating for icon SBCs, legend SBCs, all those kind of things, right? So that's why he costs so much. Great videos, Inception. What do you think of the Promes SBC? Worth doing or not? Is that, well, the best question to ask is it the best version of his card? And it is the best version of his card. So this card is a right mid version. So he has 88 acceleration, 94 sprint speed with 93 agility and 83 balance, which is actually very nice considering that he's 5'8". The balance being 83 almost becomes somewhat irrelevant because he's 5'8" with 93 agility. So on the ball, he's going to move fantastically well. He has the finishing in 88, shot power 88, long shots 89. Let's see his traits. So his traits, I don't know what Selfish does. Flair means he does those like fancy passes. He has shooting and long shot taker, but he doesn't have finesse shots. So outside the 18-yard box, you can't really do those finesse shots with him. But he does have long shot taker. So because he has a 4-star weak foot, he can take some solid shots with his left foot if he's on the left side or the right side. Yeah, he looks like he'd be really cool. Traits. Takes powerful driven free kicks. That's kind of whatever. Selfish, flair, shooting long shot taker, and technical dribbler. So technical dribbler is actually nice to have. So I guess when you use the LTRT with him, he'll be really quick at doing those dribbles. So yeah, this card actually looks fantastic to use, man. It's a Dutch player that has 84 short passing, 76 long passing. You can't go wrong with this card, man. If you're collecting the Dutch league players by playing drafts or whatever it is, and then you just have to buy a few players here and there, it's not really that bad to get this card, right? Because you get some value back in the packs that you're getting, and it might not be that expensive to get. It is the best version of its card, but with Team of the Season approaching soon, it may or may not be worth getting him now. But is it a cool card? Absolutely. I'm here from FC Roelly. Can you give him a shout out? He linked your YouTube on Twitter. I think FC Roelly is the Dutch YouTuber. FC Roelly. I've known about FC Roelly for like I think 2 or so years now. He used to watch my streams in that time as well. So yeah, I appreciate him shouting out the YouTube channel. That's awesome that he shouts it out. He's a very accomplished YouTuber on YouTube. Well, obviously on YouTube. He does very well for himself. So I'm very happy for him, and I appreciate the shout out from him. Are the players who try to make it to the weekend but just can't make it past the daily knockouts tournaments beyond help? I've been watching a lot of your videos trying to understand the meta and what would work best in the weekend league, but I have not been able to qualify for the weekend once. Am I and a lot of the players who are in the same position, I'm just too bad to play, or are there things in the game that just prevent some people from climbing the ranks? This guy responded saying to you, just play more games and keep improving your team. Don't try to copy what other people use, but find what works for you instead. If you already understand the meta, it's just a matter of practicing after that. Yeah, I agree with what this guy said when he responded to you. Once you understand what the meta in FIFA is, now it's just interpreting whatever you want in your gameplay and putting that out on the game, right? I always tell people, right? I have my own playstyle, but my playstyle is not the best playstyle. There's so many different playstyles that people have that work out really well for them, and they actually perform really well against opposition because they actually have playstyles that just work for them, right? I always tell people that the best thing in FIFA is to understand what the meta is, but once you understand the meta, it's trying to interpret what gameplay you want to do and keep practicing that gameplay. If you want to be conservative, you can be conservative. If you want to be the guy who passes the ball a lot, you could do that. If you want to be an aggressive attacker, you could do that. Everyone has their own play style. There's some play styles that people have that I ask them, like, hey, what's your play style? They tell me what their play style is, and then I tell them, okay, this is the type of team that you want, because you want to revolve it around the play style that you want. If I'm playing conservative, and conservative is boring for you, right? This is just as an example. You don't want to do that, right? You want to play your aggressive way. Your aggressive way is a way of winning your games. So just try to practice that aggressive way of playing more often so you can get better results. But obviously with your defending, just be careful if you're going to be aggressively defending, left, right, and center, right? Am I Portuguese? I am Portuguese. This is from the last video of the Portuguese player, or for me, he's an icon, right? I love him a lot, man. He's my favorite player of all time. Honestly, dude, in my opinion, you and Nepo are the most professional and interesting FIFA YouTubers to watch. Thank you, dude. I do appreciate that. A lot of people like that comment too. So for those of you who enjoy the content, thank you guys for watching, man. Glad you like him, but if I packed him, I would sell him. Oh, I'm not going to sell the greatest player of all time. Are you guys crazy or what? We're talking about the last video before this one. Nah, man. You can't sell the greatest of all time, Hi, I mostly play Oberwings with counterattack and make a pass in the box. So if I want my players to inbox, maybe I use 80s, 80, 60, 67, 40, 35, 35, 65, 45. I'm not sure what you're asking for. I think what you're saying, Flaxer, is if you want your players to be inside the box more often, then yes, you would have to increase your crossing, because when you increase your crossing, it makes more players get inside the box. And if you want to have players take more shots, or take less shots, that means, like, if you lower your shooting, that means that they will get more into the box. So when you lower shooting and increase crossing, your players will just completely bombard the box, right? So that's what I would say to that. Hey man, love the vids. Which player would you use, Prime Rio or Maldini? I'm assuming you're talking about Prime Maldini. Oh, I don't know, man. I like both of them a lot. Like, when I used Maldini in the draft, I was like, God, this guy is a god. But the same thing happened with Rio Ferdinand. So What it would definitely come down to is work rate. So if Maldini has medium-high work rates, then it's going to be Maldini 100%, and it is medium-high. So I would choose Maldini strictly because of work rates with him, right? That's the only reason why I would choose him over Rio Ferdinand. But still, medium is still quite nice to have as well. So it's situational, you know. But I don't know. But Prime Rio Ferdinand's card is just disgusting. It's hard to not choose him either. So that's a pretty good question, man. I'm not really sure which one I would choose. Maldini for work rates, but then Prime Rio I think is a better defender in general because he moves better left and right than Maldini in my opinion. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's what I would say on that. Do you have a video on useful skill moves? I could do a video on useful skill moves, but then I feel like when people already do certain videos, I don't really do videos on top of that because Boris already has a video for the most effective skill moves, so it'd be kind of weird if I also did that video because it's not like a how would I explain it? It's not like a general idea that one person has. It's just that if that video already exists and it's well known, you should just search up most effective skill moves in FIFA 18. There'll probably be like a couple of videos that you'll be able to find, right? The videos that I do, like when I do tutorials, it's not based off of how other people play. It's based off of how I play. But the skill moves are very generic, man. Drag back, angled body feints, fake shots, Cruyff turns, you know, the pretty typical ones, right? Oh, the new skill move, I don't know what it's called though. It's instead of doing the Berba spin, it's the backwards Berba spin. So it's backwards side. Or instead of forward side, you go backward side. And it's better because if you have a 4-star skiller, then they can actually do that skill move really well. So, yeah. Specialities don't do anything. They're awarded for stats as recognition, kind of like medals. So all the strength speciality really means is this guy has great strength and aggression stats. Yeah, you know, you might be right with the specialities. But the traits definitely do something, absolutely. Like when you have that finesse shot trait, when you play FIFA enough, you can kind of feel the traits. You know what I mean? Like if someone says that they're a great finisher, the way that they approach the ball to kind of finish, you can feel that it's not a placebo. It's really, really not a placebo. Like you can the finesse shot is the most noticeable one, especially when you're outside the 18-yard box. Like Messi's an absolute god at doing them. Maradona's an absolute god at doing them. I actually wonder if goalies react differently depending on the player that's taking them, because the thing about goalies in this game is that for those finesse shots, they're actually really, if they do this type of save animation where they're going like this, they're not even going like this, they're going like this. I don't know if that's because of the player taking the shot or not, you know what I mean? But I hate when they do this save from a long range, but then they're gods from close range. It bothers me so much. But it is what it is. Inform Pjanic 88, best in my opinion. I don't think anybody would ever use Pjanic if it was actually meta, but would he be a fun card to use? Yeah, I do think he'd be a fun card to use. I was actually looking at his card the other day, and he has specific stats that would make him a good enough player to just have fun with, right? Because his pace and shooting is 76 to 75, but like he has a bare minimum of 72 for all the stats, and the stats aren't that bad, especially since he has 81 interceptions with 77 standing tackle and 72 sliding tackle. Like he's not like a completely ideal person to use, but he's still a good player to use. Like I had a lot of fun using him when I got him in the draft because medium work rates in the midfield, being a guy that, you know, has, you know, a pretty decent presence on the ball. I enjoyed using him for the most part. His finishing was poor. I did notice his finishing to be poor at times, but he's a fun card to use for sure, man, in my opinion. Let's see what else we got here. What trio is better, Roma, Man United, Roma or Man United? Oh, Roma or Man United. Valencia, Pogba, Valencia by Pogba. Oh, you're talking about what trio is better between the Roma and Man United one? So the Man United one normally is Pogba by Valencia, and then the Roma one is usually Manolas, Florenzi, and Nangolan. I would go with the Man United one for sure, man. I don't like Pogba's 87 card. I will say that right off the bat. I think it's garbage. I think his inform versions are way better. But, dude, honest to God, man, you can't go wrong with Valencia and Bailly. Those two guys are honestly just so god tier in this game. Like, Bai can have my children, bro. He's so good as a center back. Like, there's a pro player, Phil. He was telling me about his team, and he was asking like if there's anything that he should change in it. And he had Eric Bai in it, and he's like, bro, dude, what do you think about Eric Bai? I'm like, bro, keep him in there. He's literally on the level of an icon, right? Because of the chemistry links that he needed and stuff. So I was like, dude, if you can get De Gea, Bai, and Valencia in the team, and you get that triple link, you got a solid players right there, man. He's just too good, man. Especially since with Bai, you do that triple link of Valencia, Bai, De Gea. Like, those three guys are the only players from Rare Gold that are actually full meta. Everybody else, like Martial, Gabriel Jesus, like, they're good, but they're not freaking Ronaldo or Thierry Henry. But Valencia, Bai, and De Gea are, like, most of the times, they're actually better than some of the icons that you can get in those positions. So, just so god tier, man. Let's see what else we got here. I love your videos. Can you do a video on what icons are worth getting? I don't know if people would be that interested in watching those right now. I'm not sure how much interest there would be for me to say like which icon would be worth getting, because the thing is, right, with the icons is that there's like a price difference of actually doing the Prime SBCs and not doing the Prime SBCs. Nep actually tweeted one day about the price differences between all the cards from the primes of the SBCs and the transfer market, and he said that it's just better to do it, just to buy it from the transfer market, because it's more expensive to actually do it from the SBC. So by that advice, I would probably just do it via the market and just buy the players, because if they're going to be that expensive from the SBC just to be untradeable, a card that you can't even sell, right? Don't even think it's not really worth getting, in my opinion. I'm going to do Henderson. Henderson would be a pretty decent foot swap player to get. Like I said, Henderson, Wendell, and what was the other guy that was there? It was Henderson, Wendell, and the third guy that I mentioned that could be really good cards to get. Those are the ones that require the 3 foot swap players. Those would be pretty awesome to get. The only perfect player in this game is Ruud Gullit. I think Ronaldinho. I think Ronaldinho is close to perfect. Does he have any heading presence? Let me see. Prime Ronaldinho. The only thing that Ronaldinho is missing is the heading accuracy. So he's almost perfect, just not there yet. Ronaldo could be perfect if his balance was better. Prime Ronaldo, I never really tried out. I think he'd be sick. Is there a perfect player in FIFA? Ruud Gullit, I wouldn't even consider Ruud Gullit perfect, because Ruud Gullit still has lower than 90 pace. Although he's a freaking beast at running in general, but he's still below 90 pace. But he does have defending and physics. You know what, dude? You wouldn't be wrong in saying that Gullit is the most perfect. Oh, but he has 78 agility. Ugh, I don't know. I think the most perfect player might be Prime Ronaldo, because if I look at Prime Ronaldo's card, let me see if there's anything like really stand out wrong about him. Yeah, I think Ronaldo Prime is the best one. Like, he doesn't have defensive stats, but obviously, like, you don't really need that. So best player in the game? Yeah, it would probably be Ronaldo, because he has a 5-star, good finishing, dribbling, like 91 agility with 85 balance, with 97 acceleration, 97 sprint speed, while being that freaking huge in game, because his physical stature in game is freaking massive, right? He's a big player in game. So that would be pretty good too. I think Prime Ronaldo is the most complete player in this game, in my opinion. Ronaldo is a god, though. Cristiano Ronaldo, but Prime Ronaldinho is missing that heading. But Prime Ronaldinho is just... Use that card as a cam. If you have... Dude, I'm telling you, man, if you have a front 3, and you're, like... If you have a team that has Gabriel Jesus, Martial, and Hazard, or whatever, but then you're coming up against someone that has Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho, it's not even fair how much of a difference those 3 make, man. It's disgusting. Like, I'm thinking of, like, only having one of those cards... But it's like, what if you had all 3 of those cards? You know what I mean? So it's just disgusting just to think about. You know what I mean? I agree with the finesse shot string, but the weird thing is Perisic is good at it. Can you explain this kind of thing? Sorry about English. I use 87 Perisic for about 200 games, by the way. I was using Perisic's new card, the 88, and I'm telling you, man, that finesse shot thing is just not there. He's decent at doing it because his shooting stats in general are decent, but it's a specific way of how they take the finesse shot that makes them significantly better than other players. It's just the way that they take it and the way that the goalie responds to it, right? It's, you can, when you're taking the shot, when someone has a finesse shot trait, you can actually feel the power and the accuracy with the shot, right? Whereas when you shoot, like when I do a finesse shot with Ronaldo, like, yeah, he's powerful at doing it, but he doesn't do it in a certain way where it's like, it's very hard to explain. It's like this sharp feeling. Like you can feel this sharp feeling when they do a really good finesse shot, right? That Werner looks sick at right wing. There are no German right mids and right wings to link properly with Goretzka, and in general, you don't have players in this position with pace over 90 that is worth doing. I have used him at right mid after switching a game. He scored me a decent amount of goals. I am getting him. Yeah, dude, like I said, bro, like everything in my videos are all opinion based. Like it's not like, dude, this is a fact that this guy sucks. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. If Werner is a type of card that you feel like can do work in your team, by all means, bro, you get him and you do work with him on your team, right? Everyone's different in FIFA. I wonder if Werner has the finesse shot trait. I never really used Werner's card in general in FIFA, so I don't actually know how he plays at all. So he's a runner. So Werner's a runner. He has the tries to beat defensive line. So if you're using those instructions of getting behind and press the back line, Werner's going to be somewhat effective at doing those things for sure. What else we got here? Dybala is the master of finesse shots. The problem with me talking about Dybala is that like I never really used his card that much, but again, he has the finesse shot traits, man. So it just makes a hell of a difference in a team, man. It's freaking Dybala, Messi, and Maradona that has that finesse shot trait, but with Maradona, I never really recognized if his finesse shot traits were that good. Obviously, they would be if you look at his stats for the 92 version of his card. Finesse shot trait, if you put him on the right side and you're cutting into finesse with him, he'll be an absolute god to use to take those shots in general. Buddy, Foothead doesn't update composure. No, I know. Sometimes I go to Foothead. That's why I was switching between Foothead and Footbin, because Foothead has a better organization of when cards come out, but they never upgrade the composure and or update the composure, and they definitely need to do that, obviously. I'm doing Coca, Payet, Henderson, and Baldian. What cards is everyone looking to get? That's not bad, actually. I wouldn't get Coke. I think Coke is a waste, but you do you, man. If you like Coke, you definitely get them, man. Doing the 286s and Coca for SBC purposes. Yeah, because if you could trade them in SBCs in the future, they would definitely be worth getting in that sense for sure. Can you do more analysis videos? Also, opinion on the Mexicans on Porto. Mexicans on Porto. I think I think the Liga NOS in general is just such a poor league nowadays, man. Like the Porto team, the only quality players that they genuinely have is like Brahimi and Danilo Pereira. So the Mexican players in our team, like you know, I support Porto, but they're okay. You know what I'm saying? Even if we win the league, like we're just an okay team, man. It's not like a team that can even. I don't know how to explain Porto, to be honest. I mean, they did go good in the group stages, so I feel like I'm not giving them enough credit, but I don't know, man. I really highly rate like Danilo Pereira and Brahimi, but the Mexicans on the team, Herrera is very inconsistent, but sometimes he has a good performance here and there. Otavio is, or is it Otavio? Not Otavio. This is the other guy too, and I can't remember his name right now because I'm just having brain fart moments, but. They're okay, man. It's nothing too crazy in that team. But yeah, guys, that is going to conclude the video for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this man of the match poll that we're about to show you guys right now. It was actually pretty sick, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video today, please show a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I don't know. I don't care about like saving the packs for team of the season. Pride bearded. Oh wow. Never mind, chat. This game is such a troll. game is such a troll. How much does he cost, chat? Awesome. Now I just need another 800k for drafts to be worth it. Ay. 70k is not bad though. Is it worth playing the draft? No, not at all. Yeah, I need to make like another 800k for it to be like worth it. Trust me, it's been so much money lost. When I saw the orange flare, I was like, wow, I actually got a man of the match. I didn't even know who the man of the matches are. I didn't check. So when you guys were talking about Matic earlier, I was like, oh shit. Yo, I have Finesse cards on my Xbox. I should sell those. They probably sell for so much. Dude, I'm pretty sure I had like 80 of these things too. Do they still sell for like 1,000 coins each? Bro, that's like... that's like a lot of monies.